Hello, I'm Emma Radmore and I'm a legal director in the Financial Services Regulatory team at Womble Bond Dickinson. We advise clients in all lines of business on how to comply with the obligations that the UK's wide-reaching financial crime prevention laws place on them. Every type of business is affected to some degree by the laws. So every type of business needs to understand how the laws apply to it and what it can do to minimise the risk of breaching them. So, with that in mind, what we're going to do today is talk about, well, firstly, what we actually mean by financial crime, and then get into what the key laws are, what the relevant regulatory and enforcement authorities expect of firms, a little bit on what can happen if you get it wrong, a few salient lessons, and then ending up on a more positive note, we'll talk about how you can get it right, how you can design a compliant financial crime prevention program. Now, a word that I might use a lot in the next hour or so is holistic. And that's because it's really critical to understand that although all the various laws I'm going to talk about stem from different backgrounds and are supervised and enforced by different regulators and apply in different ways to different businesses, this doesn't mean that they can each be considered in a vacuum. Businesses that do consider them in a vacuum will really run quite a serious risk of not analysing all the potentially relevant requirements and will almost certainly find that things fall through the gaps where the person responsible for one area thinks that something is in the remit of another and vice versa. And also, it is important that businesses should be looking at the overall risk that financial crime poses to them. And again, you can only properly do this with a broad and complete understanding of where the risks might come from.